Have you ever considered the fact that maybe, just maybe, our beauty and worth doesn't come from inside a makeup bottle or a salon fresh hairdo or even a gorgeous outfit? Maybe it comes from somewhere deeper within, somewhere so real, pure and authentic that it doesn't need glitter, gloss or polish. Or maybe it does need glitter, gloss and polish. On today's highlights,
I'm the founder of Suzie Beauty, which happens to be Kenya's very first makeup line. I do good with languages also, like maybe I'll be a translator at the UN. Nothing quite happens how you plan it.
I am dripping melanin and honey. I am black without apology. This is empowerment to all African and women of color. And today we meet an African woman who makes beautiful makeup products for the African woman. Suzie Wakabi, the CEO of Suzie Beauty Products. Yes, you know it. It is right here on The Budding Entrepreneur. I'll be your host, Amanda Moniki.
I am Suzie Wakabi. I'm the founder of Suzie Beauty, which happens to be Kenya's very first makeup line. After 10 years away from home, studying and working in the US, I came back home having worked for some great fashion and makeup companies to come and do media makeup here. I wanted to be a professional makeup artist within the region, and I did manage to make a name for myself quite quickly because there was very few makeup artists at that time. A year or so into it, I came back with a big suitcase full of makeup from all the companies I'd worked with and all the makeup I'd collected over the many years away. Yeah. And I could not find a way to replenish my kit or buy for myself, what I needed. And so, looking, where do I find it? Where do people buy makeup? It's the beauty shops, it's the pharmacies. And what I was buying in the US for $20 was the equivalent of $90 or $100 here. Like, this is unsustainable. I'm calling my relatives in the US, please send for me this color, please buy for me this thing. And so I know waiting to travel and replenish. So that was not sustainable. And I knew I'm not the only one lacking. So I decided to just make my own. Being in the beauty business, I think, was not an option. Like, I don't know anything else as well. I do good with makeup. I've always loved it. I've always loved beauty. So this being a career was probably inevitable. But me being an entrepreneur, I did not quite plan. It just happened.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Suzie, is your current business venture actually related to anything that you did while you were in school?
I studied international relations and sociology in college. Very unrelated. When I was in high school, I thought maybe I'll be a vet because I love cats, I love dogs, I love animals. But then I hadn't realized that you have to inject them and put them to sleep, and you don't just sit around petting the cats and dogs if you're a vet. So that was shelved. And I thought, with international relations, I do good with languages also, maybe I'll be a translator at the UN. Those were the thoughts. Nothing quite happens how you plan it.
Now tell me, do you actually sample any of your products?
Yeah, so I started developing the products in 2009, and I've never used another product ever since.
Wow.
Even because I sampled on myself and then finally launched the product, and then that's all I use. I have a very great support system, which includes my husband. We started the business together. We actually founded the business together. He was a sort of a quiet, behind the scenes founder, and I was the one, creating the product. But we would travel together. We would go I would test stuff on him, poor guy. My parents have always been there, emotional, financial. Without that, I would never have been able to do this. It's been like the Wild West, crazy. I keep saying my 24 hours is a complete roller coaster. The morning can be great, the afternoon is hideous, and the evening is great, like that. It's been like that ever since I started. That's how it is for entrepreneurs. My husband came on board after a few years of watching me run around like a Tasmanian devil trying to do everything, and I can't. I'm the creative. I don't understand, the back end. I'm not good at that. I know it. And I try to tell everyone from the beginning, I'm like, I don't get that. Well, he stepped in because he has operations and finance and da. And then last year we were looking for like a proper strategic partner, and somebody decided to acquire the brand Suzie Beauty, and that's the Flame Tree Group. So that's our new partner pretty much. Suzie Beauty is one of the brands under their portfolio.
Do you feel like people use makeup to boost their self-esteem, and if so, is it a bad thing?
So I understand the people who can't leave the house without it. Like if I'm running to the supermarket and it's 7 a.m. and I forgot to buy milk yesterday, I will still put my concealer on, do my eyebrows, and then run out the door. I don't think I've ever been seen with nothing. Unless maybe I'm on vacation or something and nobody will see me. But what I don't understand is somebody who wears nothing. I'm like, it literally just put a little bit of powder on your nose and a little eyeliner or mascara and a lip gloss, and you will even you see that we do makeovers. You see the difference in somebody. They will walk with a different walk and talk with a different talk, just with 2-3 products. So I keep saying makeup is the greatest invention ever. Makeup first, then electricity, the internet.
It's a basic necessity.
It is. It's not. Yeah, it's not a luxury. It's a necessity. You will not eat meat today, but I need my lipstick. Why do you wear cute clothes? Why do you buy fancy shoes? Why do you get your hair done? It's all the same thing, right? We can all sit around in sweatpants and pajamas. No, it's all part of it. That's where fashion and beauty come in, and that's why it's billion-dollar industries all over the world, right?
Many people were previously very ignorant on makeup and the beauty industry as a whole. But now, like you said, women are actually gaining more knowledge on it. So if you will, please elaborate and explain about different makeup terms used, the tools, and even the various application methods.
My line, I developed 32 products, but we only launched with 9. And why? Because I needed to just first of all launch a bit, it's a new brand, introduce it slowly. So foundation. We have foundation, and ours is a liquid foundation. It's oil-free, it's waterproof, and it evens out the skin tone. It makes you just look the beginning of flawless. And then concealer is very dear to my heart. I have really dark circles under my eyes. I looked for the perfect concealer for decades, never found it, so I created the one that would work. Powder mattifies your skin, makes everything now come together. Makes your skin tone more even as well. Some people only use powder, which is fine. You powder your nose. You don't look like an oil slick.
Yeah, and even the powder, when you have your compact and you're like,
then eyes, there's eyeshadow, there's eyeliner, there's mascara. My biggest, like most important, like part of the face is eyebrows. Like they frame your face. So doing your eyebrows, filling them in, get them professionally shaped or whatever, but and then do the extra mile, and you see the difference. Blush, a lot of people don't really know or care about, but they actually, like, it brings out your cheekbones. Yes, and then lips is a lipstick, lip gloss, lip liner. We launched with the brushes. It was a bit of a risk because people don't really use brushes, they don't get them. But we sold out on the brushes faster than we did on the makeup products. People will use their fingers or a Q-tip or something. No. Even a lip brush, like, they sell out really well because you can see. Instead of using a lip liner, you line your lips with the lip brush and the lipstick. The 11 brushes, they all have a use. Nobody can actually believe that. There's like 4 or 5 eyeshadow brushes. We have like a blush brush, we have a powder brush, and they're different. I think I established myself as I like the natural look. I don't want you to look completely different from yourself. You just look more enhanced. You just look like cleaner, better, fresher, not different. And so that's why I'm like, we don't have to look like Kim Kardashian every day. Like if you see her with makeup and without, she's 2 different people, or like whoever. So as natural as possible. Just enhance. If you have a dark circle, if you want to cover a spot, put a little bit of concealer. If you want to mattify your face, put a little bit of powder. Draw in your eyebrows just like to frame your face. It's not, different foundation here, a different foundation there, a different foundation there, like 6 different powder colors, like to contour and da. That's not for me, for every day, no. And that's, for me, what makeup is meant to do.
Now, this is a part that I am very excited about, Suzie. This part, I will be your model and you will actually get a chance to give me a full makeover.
Wake up in the morning looking like your night was rough. Passed out on your face, hair and breath have had enough. Already running late, but you don't know what to do. There's one thing that can save you, gotta do that makeup, boo. Do that makeup, do that makeup. Doesn't need to be fancy, better do that makeup, Nancy. Do that makeup, do that makeup. You've only got 10 minutes, so put your face on. Foundation first, but don't forget the primer, eyeshadows and a liquid liner. Layers of mascara till your arms get weak. And don't forget those eyebrows on fleek. Contouring got you looking slimmer. A touch of blush looking like a winner. Now pucker up, one thing left to do. That lipstick though, looking fine, it's true. Do that makeup, do that makeup. Doesn't need to be fancy, better do that makeup, Nancy. Do that makeup, do that makeup. You've only got 10 minutes, so put your face on. I know girls wanna be all natural, but today is not that day. Last night, you didn't wear that face mask, you didn't moisturize, you didn't even wash your face. So don't even think about leaving the house looking all tore up. DOTHATMAKEUPUB doesn't need to be fancy, better do that makeup, Nancy. Do that makeup, do that makeup. You've only got 10 minutes, so put your face on.
Makeup really does give you that extra boost of confidence. Now, I feel as beautiful on the outside as I do on the inside. To learn more about the business perspective of this venture, keep watching after the break. Next on The Budding Entrepreneur. Beauty begins when you begin to be and love yourself.
Are you serious? Like, you're really going to do Suzie Wakabi, makeup artist, we worked with her and she's developing product. And that's where it started. I talk a lot. You will get 85 opinions from 85 people. Why bother? Ask a billion people for their opinions. They will all give you a billion opinions.
There are no ugly women, only lazy ones. This is a quote by Helena Rubinstein. As you have seen, makeup really is quite involving. So So next time, when you see her in that gorgeous outfit and dashing makeup, know that she really did want to impress. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Suzie, now tell me, what exactly are your marketing strategies?
My marketing strategy has always been, like, since the beginning, I use myself. So I guess I'm kind of the brand ambassador. My first newspaper interview was in September of 2009. Like, I have it like framed, because I hadn't even finished developing the product, and people were already interested in, like, oh my gosh, like, are you serious? Like, you're really going to do Suzie Wakabi, makeup artist, like, you know, yeah, we worked with her and she's developing product. And that's where it started. And then it, like, sort of just like catapults, like the next person wants to know, the next person wants to know more, da da da. I get a lot of, like, press coverage, and that's, like, my number one, like, marketing strategy. It's just, like, to keep the press interested, keep it going. I've been, like, if you just Google Suzie Beauty or Suzie Wakabi, like, it's like a million articles. I never say no to anything. I'm invited for events all over the world, and I'll make a way of going. We've been nominated for like 11 business awards so far. We've won many of them. I was in Dubai last month at the World Retail Congress, like, talking. So I do a lot of, like, talking, like, I talk a lot. Hi, I'm Suzie Wakabi. I'm the founder of Suzie Beauty Cosmetics, and it is so wonderful to be here today at the beginning of my YouTube video series, where I will be explaining to you how to do your makeup for yourself every single day. Different looks, different techniques, and definitely using my amazing product line, Suzie Beauty. So the product line actually right now consists of 9 different products. I've developed over 30, but I only launched with 9, which are liquid foundation, loose powder, a pot concealer, eyeshadow, eye kohl, mascara, and lipstick and lip gloss, and a whole range of brushes. So I'll go through each one of those with you to show you the great product ranges and explain to you a little bit more about it. We have never done any paid advertising, ever. We do expos, we do activations, we sponsor events, you know, fashion high tea, Nairobi Fashion Market, Fafa, like, so I'll give my services for free for the publicity. Our Facebook is super active, like, when we make a few posts every day, Twitter, and yeah, that's how I get to interact also with the customer. And that's also what separates us from the other brands. They yell at me all the time. So I can actually react to the needs of my immediate, like, consumer. Like, and I'm here, like, I'll come to the shops, meet with them, talk to them, do a quick makeover, like, and keep it moving to the billion other things I need to do.
Let's talk about capital. As you know, capital is one of the biggest hurdles that anyone trying to start their own business usually faces. So how did you manage to get capital, and how, or rather, what would you advise young and upcoming entrepreneurs on how to attain it?
For startups, it's very difficult. You can't, I mean, banks, they say, there's some of them that are like, yeah, we support startup. Yeah, they really don't. You're a startup, okay, great, bring your collateral. Also, like, who owns a house, who owns land, like, to come and give collateral? Not a lot of people, but you just have a great business idea. So it's very few people that support stuff like that. We pitch to a lot of, like, investment groups, like a lot of chamas are formalizing themselves into companies and investing in like startups and new businesses. So we managed to get 2 investment groups to invest in the beginning. It was a hard, rough process. And then through the years, like, we had another investor come on board. Getting the right partner is very difficult, especially I need the money, you have the money. We probably will never work together well, but you have the money and I need the money, so I'll take it. And then there's all sorts of friction through the years, like, so we've had to learn hard lessons on the job. That's why, so now, like, with Flame Tree, like, at least it's a much better partnership. We understand each other a lot better. We have the same goals, we have the same, like, fundamentals. So There's this word called alignment. It seems very simple and it seems to not mean much, but it's vital.
Who have you employed as part of your task force here at Suzie Beauty, and what exactly are their roles?
Sales manager, we have a sort of a PR, social media, sales coordinator, and then we have like a merchandiser, like stockist, and then we have our girls in the field, in all the shops.
What lessons have you learned along your entrepreneurial journey?
Gosh, I don't know. Just like I think I have about 4 business degrees and 3 MBAs and 2 PhDs just from running the business. Like I studied international relations. Like who knows how to run a business? So every day is a learning process. How to manage staff, how to manage funds, how to import product, like how to all brand new and learn on the job. So
So Suzie Beauty has actually made a mark in our maps today. Your name is all over the place. People know you, people know your brand. So seeing that you have actually made it to this point, where do you see yourself as Suzie Beauty in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, definitely continent-wide. Yeah, we'll be in a few different countries in the continent, yes. And Africa is the priority. We get calls from all over the world, but for me, it's like I've barely conquered Nairobi. Like I can't deal with Paris or Michigan. So unless somebody comes and they're like, I know how to distribute, like send me the product, whatever. So we have, somebody in Kampala doing that, somebody in Addis doing that, somebody in Abidjan doing that, like that. But that's not like perfecting Nairobi is also a huge priority. We're opening new outlets. Let's get it right, and then spread slowly and properly.
Many young people feel very limited because they have to do their normal 8 to 5 jobs, but that is not the only way to go. You are actually succeeding and you're doing something other than that. So what piece of advice do you have for young budding entrepreneurs who are trying to start up and make it as their own bosses?
You have an idea, you want to do something, just do it. There's nothing else I can say. You will get 85 opinions from 85 people. Why bother? Ask a billion people for their opinions, they will all give you a billion opinions. If you know what you're doing, if you love it, if you can eat, live and breathe it, do it. You will find a way to get it done. Just jump, just do it. The end.
Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. This is a quote that is brought to you by Thomas Edison. Next on The Budding Entrepreneur.
My name is Ruth Rebecca Akinyikoyo. I'm an upcoming entrepreneur. We make t-shirts, we make vests, hoodies, shirts, sweatpants, sleeveless tops, and any other thing that can be made.
Beauty begins when you begin to be and love yourself. Now, I hope that you have learned a thing or two from Suzie's story. Remember to reach us on our social media platforms on The Budding Entrepreneur on both Facebook and Twitter to interact and even request for an interview. We have come to the end of yet another wonderful episode of The Budding Entrepreneur, where we make business our business.